let me jump straight into your book. And the most controversial thing that you've mentioned there, that you feel that the India-Pakistan World Cup semi-finals was fixed, and you base it primarily on a prediction that you got on Twitter or text. And don't you think that it could just be a case of a few coincidences coming together?
Well, I mean, it could have been a coincidence, and when I got it, that's what I thought. I thought this is just a lucky guess, but then I went away and I analysed statistically the chances it would have been that you can guess that, and it's about 405 to 1. So when I worked that out, I thought, well, this can't be a coincidence. This is something which is not right.
Mm-hmm. And are you aware that during the World Cup in India, it was almost a pattern that before every important match, several SMSs would be floating around. So it was almost like a norm during the World Cup to be receiving such texts.
Well, I do remember there was a lot of chatter about the final as well. I remember hearing that texts going around about what was going to happen. But I don't know how accurate those were, or how precise they were, and what detail they went into. But I think that just sort of highlights the issue that we've got in cricket at the moment. If we've got this information going around, then it just nails down that there's a real problem in the game, I think.
I don't think you said outright that match was fixed, right? You've kind of made the argument that there's a good chance that it could have been fixed. Is that what you said in the book?
Yeah, I mean the book is there's lots more in the book than of course just one game, but
yeah,
there's quite an in-depth analysis about whether this game was fixed, and it asks questions. It looks at betting patterns, statistics. I mean, obviously, it speaks to the bookmakers and punters in India and some people in Pakistan as well. And there's some things which suggest it wasn't, but the conclusion is still that it is a game which must now be investigated.
What I was trying to say before was on Twitter there are many bookies based in India, Dubai, UAE, that sort of area, and they do kind of offer you some sort of cricketing horoscope every single time there is a match. They will say, okay, this wicket will fall now, this bowler will bowl one wide in this over. And the thing is, in every match there will always be a handful of them that are always going to be right. And what my point is, you don't have to be Nostradamus to figure that sort of thing out.
I just wanted to pick up a couple of points you made in terms of, like, first of all, the sort of the Nostradamus thing. I mean, you do have to be kind of Nostradamus to have got it to that to be so accurate on the script that was given. It's analysed as 405 to 1. I've worked in betting 12 years, but you don't need to have worked in betting for that long to know that those are very, very big odds. You can't guess that. The second point is that the guy's a bookmaker. And he'd been right previously in the World Cup as well on the information he'd sent me.
Coming back to the India-Pakistan match, I have a question for Ed. You said your source was right a couple of times, but how many times was he wrong, or was he ever wrong?
Yeah, unfortunately he was never wrong, and I remember when I received the Pakistan-India one, I thought, well, let's hope this time he is going to be wrong. Because I certainly took no joy from watching it unfold as he said. So, no, never wrong.
The text said that India should score above 260, right? And India were 3 runs short on the last ball. And Suresh Raina hit a beautiful drive, which could have gone for 4. But Hafiz dived and stopped the ball before the boundary. If it was that fixed, if they were playing to a script, then there was no need for him to do that, make that brilliant save. That's just one of the points that I found in the Pakistan game. So
yeah, and I did. I've gone into that in the book as well. I've said, look, in that case, it's not that accurate in terms of the 405 to 1. I should make this point actually that the fall of wickets is the 405 to 1 shot, not the 200 to score more than 260 and India to be 3 wickets down in the first 15 overs. 405 to 1 chance is the Pakistan wickets to fall in that order.
Well, does your source become someone that these people chase after or not? Because this is your source, this is where you get the information. He's obviously got a link to where the information's coming from.
Well, as I mean, Osman will know this probably better than me, and because he's been around longer. But you know, as a journalist, you're extremely reluctant to reveal your sources. So I'm not going to be giving his name and number out, certainly.
I'm sorry, but you've really done nothing to help us fight against corruption in cricket.
Exactly.
Well, I think I disagree with that. I mean, I've given a lot of stuff. I've given a lot of stuff over to the ACSU, which
you've
actually
given analysis. You've given analysis, but you've not given a route of. Look, I'm not trying to hang you here. I'm not absolutely nothing. But I am passionate about corruption in cricket. All right. You've not given them the route to then follow the track back. Your guy's not the guy who's organising. I guarantee you that he's a middleman that knows what's going on. So how do they track the route back? How do we get rid of the South of Sport if we're not? Well, I'm not going to dob my captain in if he was up to no good. You're not going to dob your source in if he's up to no good. Where are we going?
Well, I think where we're going is, you know, the point that I was trying to make with the book was get a better understanding of how the whole thing operates. And the information I've given to the ACSU, I think that does that, because I think they've got some gaps in their knowledge. You know, there's a list of players I've given to the ACSU who, during the investigation, have been spoken to me by bookmakers and punters and fixers. I mean, and also I should make the point that, you know, a lot of these guys that I've been speaking to, the ACSU are already actually aware of.
So of the names that you've given, can you give us a proportion of which countries they come from? Say, you can say 50%, like 50% from subcontinent, 20% from Australia, or something like that. Or is there any breakup to understand where, you know, more of the menace lies based on the information that you have?
Well, they're from every test-playing country. In terms of breakup, yeah, unfortunately, there are more subcontinental players.
Are there current international players on that list?
Past, and there are a lot of domestic players as well.
But are there current international players?
Yeah.
From India?
From India, from Pakistan, from every test-playing nation. The problem cricket has, if it ever actually really tried to clean itself up, then it'd be almost like cannibalisation. The game would just eat itself because of the stuff that would come out. No one would want to sponsor a one-day series test match again because it would just be so tainted. So cricket really actually can't afford to fix it.